With the passing of time.
Hey everybody, it's Lorenzo from GamesRadar.com, and I'm checking out City of Steam, and I'm here with...
Andrew Woodruff.
And Gab LaForge.
Alright guys, so City of Steam is a browser-based MMO. Can you just go over an overview, give us an overview of the game, and let us know what it's all about?
Sure. City of Steam, as you said, is an MMORPG. It's completely browser-based and free to play. And if you like steampunk, we got loads of steampunk elements to it.
Cool. So, can you give us an overview of the world and like why you guys decided to go steampunk and what we're seeing here?
Yeah. Well, the world as you see it was actually based on a series of role-playing books written by our own CEO and lead designer Dave Lindsay, called The New Epoch. So everything you see is our own IP. It's our own lore. We didn't pull it out of just anywhere. It's all based on lore we already have from him. We have 10 races and classes, 4 of which are human-based, depending on their different nation. They'll have their own background, their own culture. You have 2 elven-type races, the Draug and Riven, and 3 greenskin races, starting with our very cute little female goblin there. Guy, not as much, but still pretty cool looking. Hob and Orc. And finally, our most recent addition was the Dwarf back in closed beta. And they're mechanical, organic beings, so they're actually genderless. So that's not a bearded female dwarf. That's just genderless.
In the world setting, it's the world machine, so the actual world is a machine. So organic beings are actually the unnatural element in the world at the moment.
So nature is kind of the enemy here against technology.
Do any of the classes have any class-specific attributes or anything like that?
Yes, they do. We have the Arcanist, which is more the magic type with elements, lightning, fire, ice. The Gunner pretty much speaks for itself. It's the range guy with a lot of guns. Warder is up close and personal. Tank and Chandler, my personal favorite, is kind of like the support, healing, summoning type.
The interesting thing that we went with these is that the Warder actually has a lot of support-like abilities if you wanted to play in that. You can throw down a tome so everyone gets a speed boost. With the Channeler, it's also that. We didn't want it to be 3.5 races because in a lot of games you have the healer being the one that no one wants. But you have a lot of sonic damage and also a couple cool summons that annoy others.
Yes, very. And we also have some customization options if that strikes your fancy. You can play a bit around with that, different hairstyles, make it a bit unique. Well, unique for me is going to be my default character, but there we go.
Zoom in to show the pipes. We have a couple pipes you can start off with.
We have some pipes as an accessory.
Cool.
The pipe. And a good set of goggles to start with. I personally like the mono goggle.
At PAX, we had people saying, "Is that going to be like the Google thing?"
No. All right, let's jump in the game. We also recently added, those who played the closed beta would have seen these, but we have cutscenes now as well, which are animated and sort of like a comic booky flip book style. So actually pretty cool.
The city-state of Delta.
What we'll try to do here, because it's a little long, we'll just, you have this Colossus, which defends the city. It's always been sleeping, and the Brood, the horrible unknown, is destroying the city, and you're asked to leave.
Yeah, a lot of these ancient technological artifacts, which were kind of broken and end up in space like this, are crashing back down on the world here and causing a lot of havoc and chaos. And you don't want to stick around for all this.
And for
I guess we'll jump into gameplay.
Yeah, jump in.
The buildings are coming alive.
Yep. All right, so this would be the beginning part of the tutorial. We can sort of learn how the game works. You learn how to interact with the game, use the camera.
Something to note, like you saw, the game just starts up really, really fast. Unlike a lot of those which claim to be a browser-based game, but they download a gig in your in the background. We're really small. The tile set we're in right now is only 800 KB, and it just, if we ever go into a house, like we'll do in a minute, it just reloads the same thing based on...
Exactly. So what you're seeing here, we're connected to the server right now, so these are actual loading times. After this goes down, this is a loading screen, and we are done. So that was actual loading time. So you see all this stuff is right from the start. You see what's going on in the city. Yeah, we probably want to run away from this. Crashing airships. No, let's get out.
Demons and giant buildings.
Yeah.
So every race actually has a family member. Oh, there's a whole family oriented story to it. And right now, obviously you're being beckoned to leave.
Yeah, if you stop, it's like, your sister says come over. Okay. Every race also has their own family backstory and quest line. So this NPC that I'm talking to now is only for this particular race, the Heartlander. If I took Dwarf or Orc or something, it would be a completely different character and a different story at the beginning.
Do all the races start in the same location?
That they do, yeah. They start in the same location for their own different reasons, of course. This kind of keeps it easy and light for us to keep those loading times low, and but the story does change.
So they already have this tile set. Just gonna jump in, build it for us, and done.
And there we go.
You see, there's still quite a lot of differences. What we really were aiming for is getting an MMORPG that fits directly in the browser, but has almost all the functions that a client-based game would have. You have your guilds, which we call companies in this world. We have PvP, so people will be able to do the 1v1 up to 5v5, and we're working on more public PvP levels, so almost anything you can imagine, we have it in this browser.
Cool.
Yeah.
The emotes.
Do you want to see the...
Oh, yeah, let's do a fun one. All right. So, unless you've been annoyed by this all year, last year, you might not like this, but we find it's kind of fun.
Gangnam. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. You could just loop that and get the music playing.
The fun thing is it was actually a test for a new animator. We're like, yeah, your test is too.
Oh, yeah. Trial by fire, huh?
There's enough out there, but yeah.
There's a bit of latency here, so I think I actually should have died. There you go.
So these are the brood that you're kind of running away from, kind of learning how to fight.
They're all over the place. You don't really know why they're there or what they're doing, but let's avoid this one.
So what class are you playing? And
I'm currently playing the Chandler. Once I level up, actually I could probably just cheat that in, but I don't want to show you the cheat codes. You'd see I get a whole selection of abilities which are now locked. You have 3 trees. One which would be healing, sonic damage, and more like radiance, or like light and
blinding and
stuff like that. And a lot of support boosts and stuff like that. Get some loot. Always got to get some loot. You can see in the inventory here, we have a normal inventory section where if you put equipment, it will show up on your character and everything. But if you want to override that, we have the cosmetic section, which the mono goggle is part of. So if I took that off, you would see if I had a helmet, it would be on, but you can replace it with something cooler looking like this.
Oh, cool. So even if you have stronger armor and it looks like something that you don't want, you could just put something
you
on
can
top.
replace it with something.
Awesome.
If, for example, if you hate that your helmet looks like a big piece of metal, go ahead and buy a top hat, and you're riding in style.
Nice.
With all that nice bonus.
Yeah. Speaking of riding in style, let's get ourselves a vehicle here.
So yeah, we have a choice of steam bikes, of course, because of the setting, as well as steam-powered jetpacks. You can buy one too.
First, there we go.
Cool. So how does the currency work? Can you earn this bike, or do you have to pay for it, or how does that work?
So we work off of a lot of cosmetic items as well as a few convenience features. You can see you have the jetpacks. So these are where you're going to be paying your money. There is a few in-game ways of achieving some of the lower end ones, but that's where you'll be giving us some coffee money. So also you can get if you're playing 10 hours, you can achieve the same thing. A lot of these things. The other good one is, for example, the 20 to 30% experience bonus. If you sign in 7 days in a row, you can show them the daily sign-in.
Yes.
Top right there. Up.
Oh, the daily sign-in. Sorry. There we go.
So if you sign in 7 days in a row, you can mouse over the seventh one. There you get a lot of different things. And these Spire Mark is something that's like a faux...
a faux real currency.
Yeah, and that also has quite a lot of things you can buy with it. But what we're trying to do is have like the free player as well as the paid player to be on the same one. It's not a pay-to-win game. And it's nicely balanced on that front.
Cool.
You achieve Spire Mark by doing events, and some quests will also give you that.
Okay, so we put in a bunch of codes and moved to a higher level location with a new character. So can you tell us a little bit about this area?
Sure. This is the Far Scrap Hills, which you'll see has a lot of ancient technology buried around it. A lot of stuff used to be much nicer in the past, part of which was in that history where it was talking about where all these ancient technology things are falling from outer space. Some of these are lying around all over here too. So it's not just like a new industrial age that people came in from an old medieval era or anything. The technology has always been in that world. Like we saw in the beginning intro, it's an entire clockwork world, so everything is technology. Who actually made it, we have no idea, but you might discover it as you play more, if you follow the story.
Show off some of the abilities. You don't have to use the...
Right.
auto.
So you talk, I fight.
Right now we're playing an Arcanist, so this is the magic uses we talked about before. It has lightning, ice, and fire. So we have some different area effects so you can go. Kind of nicely fun. We're a level 40 character, and these guys are not. You have lance attacks. So that actually will freeze someone if you catch them in it. So it's great for the PvP mode as well. We have these kind of mines that follow you, and they'll seek out, as well as a nice ice summon there.
Awesome.
One note is that there's a lot of different builds that you can choose from, and sometimes even this Arcanist can be more AoE, or it can be more direct, depending on the choice. Yeah. Cool. Oh, wow.
What's that little glowing arrow at your character's feet?
That is part of following where your quest is leading you. So if you're getting lost or you don't know where to go, you'll always have the quest arrow showing you where you need to go.
And these are the different quests that have been accepted with this character.
And actually, if you have, for example, if you're in one of the city hubs and you don't know where one of the NPCs is,
Yeah, just go to a city hub.
so you have these quests here. If I don't know how to get there, I want to do this quest, I don't know, well, go to NPC, and no hands.
No, auto run.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that, so we have the arrow that points in that direction, and we'll have a way of disabling that arrow as well, so everything is kind of accessible to the different levels of player that we have been achieving and acquiring at the moment.
Cool.
It's also used if for like this kind of big city here, you don't always want to just memorize where everything is, but we have these signs all over the place. So if you go, let's say I want to go buy some weapons, well, there we go. Autopath again. So you don't need to worry too much about getting lost. Being a browser game, it is sort of aimed at casual players as well, so we don't want to alienate them too much either.
Yeah, it seems like that'd be a handy feature for, I got to go to the bathroom. Let's go to where I want to go.
And sometimes you
Take
want
a
to
break real quick.
you want to go from one end to the other as you're.
It'll allow you. Just don't.
Go. That says like, okay, I want to do some inventory stuff as my character goes to another area. Well, all right. Go to my inventory, maybe check some stuff, equip, or maybe craft while I'm on. As much sense as that makes, crafting while you're flying in a jetpack, but you can do that while they're going, so you can save a lot of time.
Well, jetpacks are pretty hands-free, I think.
It's true.
All right, so this is the second hub area.
Mm-hmm.
Right here we have Meloan's Gate. The player gets here after,
After completing most of the refuge storyline quests.
Yeah.
We'll eventually unlock this place as well.
Good thing. This is where players will meet up, make teams, create companies, which are the guilds, and it's where you do the trading, the marketplace, which is kind of like an auction house here, and you make a team, and then you jump in our instance dungeons, and it's pretty similar to some of the other models out there. But
if you found a company, do you become the CEO? Is that like your title?
Yeah,
pretty much. I think it's president.
President?
Yeah.
President, owner, CEO.
But you're the owner, so you could be whatever you want. You could be overlord if you're so inclined.
We at one point we were confusing people because we called it, when you get rid of someone, you fire them, and people were like, I don't get it. What am I firing? So this is you look out into the kind of beautiful ocean here. We've really kept it low impact. So we want people to be able to play at home, and then they go to a friend's house, they play it again, show it off.
That shadow passing over is actually that airship right there.
So this is something you can play in a tab. You can tab away at work. That's another good thing.
Not that we encourage that or anything, but if you're so...
Well, we're not their boss. It's okay.
Yeah, we're not there. play at work, go ahead.
So it's quite beautiful for a browser-based game. I don't think there's much other competition out there to get this.
Not this accessible anymore.
All right, we're jumping into a boss fight here. So can you guys give a little overview of what's happening right here? Or what we're doing? Is this like an instance, or? Yeah,
this is an instance. We've jumped in, and a recent NPC has told us there's this kind of evil toiler, which is a kind of robot in our lore, and we need to take it out.
So you can see he's that big guy behind the door here. So once I feel I'm ready. Now, of course, him being about maybe level 2 or 3 and me being level 40, it's not going to be much of a challenge for me, but for lower level characters, it should be a fun little fight. All right. There we go. That was really hard.
Didn't work at all.
Yeah. I can go see what he dropped. A lot of good stuff here.
He was
Poor
so
guy.
friendly.
He looked kind of friendly. I guess I didn't really feel threatened, so it may not have... But there you go.
Oh, that wasn't exciting at all.
All right, so we're picking up a bunch of loot, and so when can players expect to get in on a City of Steam, guys?
Within the next 2 months, we're setting our launch date with our global English publisher, R2 Games, very soon. So it should be playable and accessible very soon.
Awesome.
Very soon.
So free to play, City of Steam, browser-based, so you don't really need that hardcore of a machine. So be sure to check it out, and for more information on City of Steam, be sure to check out GamesRadar.com. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The world machine. Our home. Shaped by the ancient paragons, shattered by their fall.